On today's episode, we talk Luke from the Outdoor Boys channel, my new HVAC blues, and how my commencement speech went. So guys, enjoy the episode. Ryan is still out this week due to paternity leave. So he'll be back next week.
Go pour some water out for him.
Yeah. But huge news over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest since sliced bread. Like, I imagine when sliced bread happened, that had to have been huge news.
It had to have been.
I mean, it had to have been all over the wire.
Mm-hmm.
All over the paper.
Yeah. Suppose it wasn't even a wire back then.
I don't know.
But Luke from the Outdoor Boys channel has officially retired. Just let that sink in.
We're a moment of silencing for him.
Yeah, we were letting it sink in. That's what we were doing.
Tomato, tomato.
Yeah. Yeah, he put out a video of him sitting on a log talking about why he's quitting and all that other stuff. I want to dive into a little bit because I have my thoughts. I knew this was going to happen when I watched him do a video where he was doing his thing and he just had like 6 things go wrong. And like he was in pain. His little, like, it's not like a snowmobile. It's like basically like a dog sled, a motorized dog sled. I don't know what it's actually called.
Yeah.
That thing like broke down, whatever. And then he was just like, you know what, guys, I've made the decision that I'm going to post once every other week. I'm not going to be posting every week anymore. And what he was saying is that what I saw in his eyeballs was, I am so over this.
This is the beginning of the end.
It was the beginning of the end. Because there's been times when we've been doing content where I've had that look in my eye of like, man, we've done a lot of videos and I just feel a little burnt out and I'm done. So I saw that look because I've had that look before. And I knew that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Because it's like, yeah, it's like once you, like, even now, like, I could not imagine having to do his job while having kids.
No, dude.
And travel it, yeah, everything. It'd be terrible, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And like, just think about, like, you felt that, and our prep is somebody gets some props, grabs some camera gear, and then we go shoot for 3 to 5 hours.
Maybe, yeah.
He's gone for the whole fucking weekend, burying himself in snow.
Sleeping on logs.
Yeah.
He doesn't even get a sleeping bag.
Yeah, and if you felt it, he's got to have felt it, obviously.
It feels toasty.
Yeah. I feel like the biggest thing is just like idea fatigue for us. It's like, feel like we're just putting out the same thing all the time. That's where we run into times. But yeah, I knew that was the beginning of the end. But he also didn't say he was done forever. Right. I just want to throw that out there.
Be back.
He did say indefinite, which means...
I'm calling it here. I don't know if he said indefinitely.
I thought so.
I thought he just said, he just kept saying, I'm be taking a break or I'm going to be done for a while.
Yeah, that could mean that's sort of indefinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he could be back in a month.
I don't think he'll be back in a month, but I think in a few years he's going to resurface.
Yeah. I could see him.
A break.
I think he could, in the meantime, just post some tips. Like, you don't need to go out in the woods and suffer for a weekend to just tell us how to make this one thing.
Yeah, like, you don't need to, like, that video I watched of him blacksmithing a machete.
Right.
Just do that in your driveway.
Yeah.
I'll still watch it.
Yeah, you've earned the support. We'll watch you teach us how to make honey bread in your kitchen.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, do a cooking channel.
You could.
In your kitchen, and people would still watch that.
Luke from the Indoor Boys. Complete rebrand.
The Indoor Boys. Yeah.
Boy.
So I think he'll be back. I mean, honestly, he's been doing it for like, I don't know, something like 10, 15 years. Like you earned a break. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Don't feel bad, Luke. We know you're listening. Don't feel bad about this. You earned it.
And like, how is he gonna unwind? Because like his favorite thing is go out in the woods, but is that like a trigger for him?
I don't know.
Stressed out now.
I wonder if it's gonna be like super freeing for him to go out into the woods and not have a camera.
Right.
And just do the shit he wants.
Or maybe he'll just get into like VR, like big time gamer vibes.
Yeah.
He hates going outside.
Yeah, just the complete opposite.
Do you buy?
But he also said that his kids are like doing YouTube channels, so he's just basically turning into a producer.
Coach. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pyramid scheme.
Are they part of the Outdoor Boys?
I think that they are the Outdoor Boys.
Hell
I think
yeah.
that's what it started as.
Yeah.
So he said that he got too famous, which we're a little guilty of. We did spread the gospel of Luke.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that I do get it. But also he had to know what he was getting into. He's posted over 1,000 videos on YouTube. Little bit, you know.
Yeah, you wanted this at one point.
But like, so when people will come to me like, hey, does it get exhausting? Like people coming up to you, whatever. And what I always tell them that is like, one, this is what I signed up for. This is part of the job. I can't be happy about the stuff that I get to do because of this job and then bitch about that part of the job. Like it goes hand in hand. I cannot complain about that. And I always say, like, it's my fault. We're the ones pressing post every single time we do it. Like, you could just stop doing that. And I was kind of thinking, like, well, he did. He just decided to just stop pressing post.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, kudos to him. It's like, that's how you get off the... But it's also now, by him retiring, like him officially announcing a retirement, is now making him more famous.
Right.
I saw a post on Facebook that like was a screenshot of the video and like YouTuber retires indefinitely. And like a bunch of people are like, I didn't know who this guy was. So he just,
Streisand effect.
if he just would have just stopped posting and not done an announcement, he would have, now he's become way more famous.
Dude, it's genius. I think he doesn't have to
work.
he doesn't have to post any more videos and he's still going to rake in the ad money because he just got a brand new audience, dude.
God, we got to announce our retirement.
Yeah. We got to do our 5th AC/DC farewell tour.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like Jordan going playing baseball. He's going to go help his kid with his channel and then come back at jersey number 45.
And he's going to have a YouTube video with 40 million views that's 3 seconds long. It just says, I'm back.
Yeah.
I like to imagine before that final video, like it was going all fine and dandy, and then something broke, and then you decided I'm quitting.
Yeah. Little do you know, like that he's sitting on the log or whatever, giving his farewell speech. Just off screen to the right is his burnt down tent.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He had no plans to retire.
It goes up in flames, and he just goes, "We're done. We're done." You know, like some of his stuff is like ASMR vibes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I imagine though that there's some outtakes of him just in the middle of the woods, and I bet he's just let out some fucking screams, just pissed. Had to have.
I hope so. I hope he releases a behind the scenes cut one time.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Luke played it right. He's going to keep raking in the money. He's going to be able to continue to do this stuff if he wants. The going out in public is going to be tough for him. He's going to need a disguise. I think it's time for Luke to grow a beard.
And I do think that he like definitely did not want to become this famous.
Yeah.
You don't move to Alaska and do what he's doing if you want to be really famous. So I buy that aspect. I think he like probably when he had a couple million subscribers was probably like the sweet spot for him. And then it just went.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we're part of the problem. We were talking about him. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
Whoops.
Gospel of Luke. We spread it to all the patrons.
Yeah. But yeah, I think he'll be back at some point. I mean, we basically like had 6 months where we didn't post anything in this company's history because I was kind of burnt out.
Mm-hmm.
And then like you just come back feeling refreshed. He'll be back.
I think you will be too.
Yeah, you could do like 2 videos a year even. It doesn't have to be every week.
Right.
Yeah. Like one every 6 weeks, people would be happy about that.
And then just retire after every one. You'll get all this press and the ad dollars will keep coming in.
Yeah. I mean, really what he should do is just start reposting all of his videos.
For sure.
And just re-rake in all the dough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's got time to kill. He could release extended cuts of every single video because he's cutting a ton of shit out.
Yeah.
And he's got
just do the extended cut and like add an extra 5 minutes of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and they do a meme coin too.
You know what? Maybe this could be a play. Maybe he's going to be on this show alone.
That'd be kind of cool.
Maybe he's retiring.
I did see a conspiracy about that. That
really?
Like he's got the conspiracy was that he has a show planned with a network and the network doesn't want his YouTube channel competing with their show.
Because the YouTube channel would crush the show.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't make sense because he would make way more money just doing the YouTube.
Mm-hmm. And his
TV shows don't pay you shit unless you're Seinfeld.
the network's just like, come on, Luke. You said you didn't want to be more famous. Now no one's going to watch our show.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, smart. I don't want to be famous. Makes him more famous.
Mm-hmm.
So, good luck, Luke, in whatever you choose to do next. But we'll see. You'll be back.
Yeah,
we'll see you again. Yeah,
for sure.
A lot of the patrons want to know if we're going to name our studio after him.
If he would have said, "I'm never posting another video again," then I would.
Okay.
But because he said I'm taking a break for a while for the foreseeable future, he'll be back.
Yeah, we can't name the studio after him until he's officially done.
Right. I think I'd give it like 5 years. If he doesn't post a video for 5 years, then we can name the studio.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he'll come back in 5.5. That son of a bitch.
He just time it out so he gets the studio named after him.
Yeah. He's a patron.
Yeah, right. All right, guys, Prize Picks time of the week. And right now, if you sign up with code YBR, you get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't even need to win the lineup to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. You just got to use code YBR. And Jerrod, we got a listener who sent in a winning lineup, correct?
Yep. Listener Gavin Spurrell won $35. He had Shane Smith, Aaron Judge, and Kristaps Porzingis 3-man lineup, and he won $35.
Do we know how much you put on it?
$17.50.
Doubled it.
Double your money.
Heck yeah.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And that's just
It's always really fun when people are sending in their slip picks.
I love getting slip picks. So if you could slide into my DMs and send me your slip picks.
These are solicited slip picks. So
yes,
send them to us.
I want only solicited slip picks, and they're all welcome. So, All right, this week we got Ryan's got. What did Ryan pick?
He got Myles Turner more than 6.5 rebounds.
Myles Turner 6.5 rebounds. Jerrod, what do you got?
I got Pascal Siakam more than 18.5 points.
More than 18.5. I also have a Myles.
Nice.
I have 2 Myles in this lineup.
Hey.
I have Myles McBride. He's just got to make 2 3-pointers.
Done.
He can do it.
He did it the last 3 games.
No
way.
He's a good bench player.
I got Karl Anthony Towns more than 34.5 points and rebounds.
You pick him because he's got a special place in your heart, being a T-Wolves guy.
Yes, and also I picked him 2 weeks ago, and he hasn't lost for me yet.
Let's go! I like that.
Yeah, I'm on 3 in a row right now.
You got to ride into Towns.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that was good.
I'm gonna take my horse to the old Karl Anthony Towns Road. So, guys, you want to ride with us? That's McBride, Siakam, Turner, and Towns. I did see Ryan this weekend.
Okay.
I went to Ryan's house. So, first of all, Ryan's lived in this house for 3 months. Never got an invite to go see his new house.
He showed me the outside once.
It literally took him having a child for me to get invited to his house. Cute kid. You forget when you see a newborn baby, you forget how small they start.
It's weird, especially like for us right now that have basically 1-year-olds, and that's still a baby to us. And then you hold a newborn, you're like, holy fuck.
Yeah, you're like literally like hold them like that.
Fresh off the assembly line.
Yep.
So he's doing good. His house is nice. Ryan's not lying. When I pulled up to his house, he was standing. I think he started a burn barrel just because he knew I was coming.
Yeah.
There was smoke coming out of his burn barrel. And we ate dinner, whatever. And then he's like, how big did I say that pile was? And I was like, I think you said 10 by 10.
Yeah.
He's like, come look at the one I got now. You tell me if I'm exaggerating. And we looked at that pile. It's definitely bigger than 10 by 10.
That's why he took 3 months to invite you. He had to make sure the pile was big enough.
Yeah, he's got a big burn coming up, and it's a lot of limbs. It's a lot. And it's just still too close to the woods.
Where is he getting it all from?
So he's got like shitloads of woods behind his.
But those aren't his.
Wouldn't he own the land up to, because I think there's like a river there, isn't there?
Yeah, but he showed me the lines on the map. The woods isn't his.
Maybe it's just like the branches that are, I don't know. It's basically like a bunch of stuff that came down during a storm and whatever. I don't know. Either that or he's just cleaning it up.
Bored. Burning shit.
So yeah, it's entirely too close to the woods still. And he definitely shouldn't have been burning that when he did, because we're kind of in burn territory.
We had 3 days of rain. We're out of it.
Well, now, but when he did the first run,
yeah,
it was a little oops.
Yeah. But I would say this one's maybe more like 15 by 15.
Hell yeah, Ryan.
And I'm just worried that this is not going to stop at that. I think it's going to be, he's going to then have like a football field of stuff he's going to burn. And then he's going to get a north wind and it's going to burn his house down.
He's got to have that hose ready, spray down the trees.
Like if he was doing this in the middle of like a field or whatever, but again, there's trees right there to just go up.
Should just wait till winter. You don't need a burn permit for anything if there's more than 2 inches of snow.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. You think Ryan can wait though?
No.
But it was funny. Something that I notice is when you go see someone's new house for the first time, you always have to act way more interested in stuff than maybe you really are. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's like your whole job when you're looking at someone's new house is to look at all the details and compliment them so they feel validated for all of the time that they spent on those details.
Because they got samples. They looked at 5 different options.
They had an argument about which toilet to get.
Yeah. And it totally depends on who's hosting you, because they're going to show the stuff that they picked. So like all the arguments Ryan won, he for sure showed you those first.
Yes. Yeah.
So like if Ryan showed you the cabinets, they definitely picked the cabinets he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, he got me in the garage pretty fast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only one he wanted is the garage.
Yeah.
Come check this out.
It's also funny. It's like, again, I would have never noticed it. But so like, he was like, all right, at some point I'm going to like finish my garage to like, tape, texture, like make it a real wall in there.
Mm-hmm.
But the only one that was finished was where all of his workout equipment is. And it was like painted and stuff. He's like, I don't want to have to take all this stuff off or paint around. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And then he went into thing about how he decided not to put texture on the wall and this and that. You're like, I would have never have noticed.
But now
he's getting ahead of it in case you brought it up. He doesn't want a shiplap trim 2.0.
Yeah. Another thing I noticed too is Midwesterners are obsessed with storage.
Oh yeah, dude.
Ryan's got this nice new house, looks great, but the thing he was most giddy about was his big storage room.
Dude, I get it. I just got a new house, and one of the I had to make sure I showed people how much storage we had in the basement.
Yeah.
Like we have a whole ass room just for storage that's triple our old house. And I was proud as shit of that. You gotta come check it out.
It was like, he's like, hey, you gotta come check this out. He like opens the door, flips the light on, and it's just a bunch of its junk.
It's totes. It's just totes stacked on totes, stacked on totes.
He's like, look at this room. Like, God, it's so nice, isn't it? And I was like, it is. And then I was like, yeah, got more storage than me.
Yeah.
You got more shit than I do.
It's a badge of honor because we're all Midwesterners are all pseudo hoarders, and we all accept that. And so we all, instead of bragging about how much stuff we have, we brag about where we can put it. So we all got too much shit.
Yeah, dude. You get a Midwesterner with a fresh new shelf that they put up for storage. I mean, it's like they had a child.
Mm-hmm.
They're showing them off to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, it's like buying a new tote. Like, look at this new tote. And it's just, they're all the same.
Dude,
Yeah.
I keep getting videos on tote storage solutions, like the slide-in deals, like you build the wood rack.
Those are sick, though.
I'm working on it.
There's a storage system for the bed of your truck where you slide them in and out. I don't know if you've seen that before.
Like the ones that lock in.
Yeah, it looks fucking sweet. The only problem is like I put it in and then like I'd have to like transport something. And then it's
that
like,
isn't a tote.
Well, it's just like then you're like, you bring a grill, like the whole grill's gonna be sticking above the thing because it like basically adds a foot less to your bed. But I do want one of those. That's that. I put up shelving in my garage. Super proud of it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Loved it. Yeah, it's just so funny that that's like the thing that people care the most about in the Midwest is how much storage a house has.
And I'm honestly interested to see it every time too. Like everyone will make a comment. Like when I was giving people tours of my house, like, oh, you got a lot of space to put stuff. It's like people care about it too. So like, yeah, I could show you that the room I put all my animals in, I think I decorated it super well. No, I'm bringing you straight to my storage room to show you how I organize my Christmas decorations.
See, I got them labeled. This is for the over the garage. That's the thing. So I got to finish off my basement at some point, and Anne's not thinking about that stuff. You know, she's not thinking about storage. She's just thinking we could put a couch here and a bedroom here and a bathroom here. And I'm like, we need to create a storage room because all of the stuff that you see just sitting in this open basement has to go somewhere.
Right. We're not throwing it away.
Rummage sale. Dude, I've been hitting rummage sales hard lately. It's like the opposite of Midwesterners being proud of having storage. It's them being proud of all the shit they can sell that they don't need anymore.
Well, it's that, but then so they sell all the stuff, but then they love garage sales where they go buy more crap to put in their storage room.
It's an endless cycle.
It's just an endless cycle.
Recycle.
Yep. Hey, good on us though.
Go to a garage sale, acquire crap, store crap, sell crap, acquire crap. And it's just, that is the Midwest cycle. Over and over again. Sometimes you don't even have to go to garage sale to acquire. You just get stuff from your dad or your grandparents.
Pick it up on the side of the road.
I feel like grandparents reach an age where like you go and visit them, and then as you're like going out the door, they just try and hand you all of their stuff.
Totally.
They're like, we're gonna die soon. we got to start getting rid of stuff. You just take this lamp home. You just
get this out of here.
Like, don't comment on anything at your grandparents' house because then they'll just give it to you.
Or just,
like, oh, that's a cool lamp. Do you want it? Take it. It's yours now.
Just start commenting on the shit you do want.
Yeah, there you go.
Like, yeah, this shelf right here would be great storage for me. I really like it.
You know, I really like your house. Done. It's yours.
Take it.
Here's the keys.
They have to say yes.
Yeah.
I should work with grandpa's tools. Like, I really like your chainsaw. It's really nice. Looks good here.
Tell you what, though, Ryan's lawn looks like shit.
Wow. It's just mud, isn't it?
Dirt.
Yeah. He doesn't have a lawn yet.
Doesn't look good.
He'll get on it.
Yeah.
After he's done with the burn piles.
But that eats at him not having a lush lawn right now.
Yeah, but he's so preoccupied with all the sticks and logs around that he's burning that I don't think he's even thought about it. I don't think he's that worried about it.
He'll get there.
I think actually it's because there's no grass. He doesn't think about it, doesn't care. But if he had grass and it wasn't growing very well, that would eat the hell out of him.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give it a few years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he brought us there, me and Noah there one time after golfing, and he didn't even bring us in. He brought us to his house, pulled into the driveway. He's like, there it is. And then turned around. I was like, I kind of wanted to see your house.
No, because he's so worried that we'll want to shoot videos there like we used to at his old house.
Yeah.
I honestly think that that's a real concern of his.
I believe that.
That was your thoughts walking through his house. Like, yeah, we could shoot here.
God, that's a fucking.
Did you make any comments?
Here, Ann, go stand over there once. Fuck, that's good lighting. I think that's.
Did you put that window there on purpose for us?
Just framing up angles.
Yeah. You know, someone, I mean, you guys know this. You guys both acquired new houses recently. It's like you start commenting on stuff you never think about, right? Like I was washing my plate after dinner and Ann was like, oh God, how do you like your sink? Because before you guys had the double sink, but this one's just a big open one. They're like, oh, we love it. We love it.
This is a nice door hinge.
Well,
Yeah.
and as the host too, like when you're giving somebody the tour, you find the most random shit to point out. But like, hey, do you see what I did here? You like how I put this trim up like that?
Oh, you see how the cabinets are soft close? So you go ahead, slam it. It won't.
You can't.
You
You can
can't.
try.
But don't slam it too hard.
But don't slam it too hard.
Like, don't break my shit.
And if there's like something like messed up with it, you're like, yeah, the previous homeowner, I don't know what the hell they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah. You buy you don't build a home, you just buy a home. It's immediately the previous homeowners were the dumbest people ever. Why on earth would they put a wall here?
Right.
Why would they paint this room this color?
Mm-hmm.
well, we had it's two little old people that we bought the house from. So much floral wallpaper everywhere. And
I mean, but that's had to have been up since the 90s.
for
right?
sure. For sure.
80s maybe.
And every person that toured our house, they all asked this question, like, what are you going to change first? So what are you guys going to do? What different are you guys going to do with it? And a lot of the time I wanted to be like, I like it. I'm going to leave it. And just to fuck with them, like, I ain't changing a thing. I'm going to leave it like this forever. But my wife, every time it was the wallpaper, always talking about the wallpaper.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think anyone's ever moved into a house and not painted at least one wall? I feel like that's
doubt
just
it.
what you have to do. You move into a house, you have to paint something.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it yours.
It's true.
You know, you got to change it a little bit. We still haven't painted a wall because all the wallpaper's not down. Once it's down, then we'll be painting. So
is it like the stuff where you got to like score it and then scrape it on? Oh yeah, you told us about that.
Yeah, it's once I've been waiting for us to get the Mr. Fix-It party bus, but
We might have to skip your house on that tour. That sounds like a nightmare.
Sounds like a
we'll make it
buzzkill.
last so we're shit canned when we do it.
Yeah, that is. It would be a huge buzzkill to have to take wallpaper off.
Yeah.
That would suck.
But we'll be blacked out by then, so we won't even remember doing
What
it.
if we knock the wall down?
It's my stairwell. I need it.
Okay.
Yeah. So like we were kind of saying that like they point out features that no one would ever. Ryan had to show me. So in his whole, well, first of all, he goes, well, I had to buy blinds for the first time. And if you've ever bought blinds, there's no other explanation that needs to be said because they're so fucking expensive.
So
Really?
Yeah.
They're unbelievably expensive.
Huh.
Like obviously you can go to like Lowe's or Home Depot or whatever and just buy their like cheaper ones. But if you want nice blinds, they are an arm and a leg nightmare.
Damn.
And so from what I was gathering is he really only bought like 3 blinds for his. I didn't do enough looking to see how many blinds, but he basically told me he's like, we didn't even buy blinds for the whole house, but he did buy blinds for his bedroom, and he did the automatic ones. So it's just on a remote, and so we had to put those up and down a couple times.
But did you tell him about your automatic woes where like the batteries are dying at different times?
Yeah, it's tough.
So you got to make sure you swap them at the exact
That might
same
be
time.
my most subtle flex of all time, is that I have automatic blinds that go up and down with the sunset and sunrise.
That is sick.
Did you time it, or does it know the sun setting?
So whatever, because you give like your area code, like your zip code, and then it just like knows approximately what time. That's my most subtle, biggest flex, is that I have that at my house. Did I need to? No. Looking back, was it worth the money? Maybe.
Big maybe.
Because in the stairwell, the ones up top you can't reach, they go out of batteries, so then they just stay closed all day. And then like once, after 2 months of it, I'm like, all right, I'll grab the ladder and change out the batteries.
Fucking hate this
Like
thing.
each one, no lie, has like, you have to put in like 10 to 12 batteries.
Oh my God.
I feel like that should last 10 years.
You'd think. It probably doesn't help that we just like bought like hundreds of the Amazon batteries that are just shitty.
Yeah.
But they're cheap compared to the other ones.
That's what you got.
But yeah, Ryan, he's proud of those blinds. They're cool.
No.
Definitely cool.
Blackout.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's how it goes. You just get all the stuff that you wouldn't, because it was in his bedroom. Like, I hope I'm never in his bedroom ever again.
Let's for a video.
You saw the blinds and that's it. That's all you
Yeah,
need.
I don't know if you guys ever felt this. You get a house tour. It'd be different if they just moved in, but he's been in that house for 3 months, and he like was showing me their master bathroom, and I was a little like I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't be in here.
Intruding.
This is probably the one. This is the one area I didn't need to see. Is the master bathroom.
You want to take me back out to the garage quick? Yeah. I think I missed some stuff.
So he did reveal to me that he has taken a bath in their new bathtub.
As one does when they're giving a tour.
Well, no, I was like, so you've been taking some baths, kind of joking. He's like, I've taken one bath. And then he goes, you know what I concluded? I don't think I'm a bath guy. He's like, I get too hot. I'm like, well, then just don't.
Yeah.
But he did bring up a good point that you can't enjoy a bath because the whole time you're just worried about keeping the temperature right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's too hot, then you got to turn on the cold, and then it starts getting too cold, so you got to turn the warm water back on, and it's the whole thing. Then it gets too full, so you got to empty some of the water out.
And you're thinking, why don't I just take a shower right
So
now?
just taking a shower.
I'm pretty sure when you built your house, we did a whole bit about how we are bath guys.
Yeah, I think Ryan has gone back on that after more experience.
No, I think we're just getting older, and we're not fucking around with baths anymore.
Yeah, I
Too
don't
much
have
work.
time. Just
Candles, books,
We got kids running around. We can't just dip out and leave our kids while we take a bath.
Music. It's a whole thing.
Ambient noise.
So, yeah, Ryan's got a nice house. Good to see him. Feel like I haven't seen him in 6 months.
Yeah.
Felt like he it's like he got like a week's release off of his deployment to come back to the States. It's kind of what it felt like seeing him.
Even though he was here half the week last week. He showed up 3 of the 5 days.
I also have some news about my house. So fuck me in the ass, dude. So last week when it was like 90, of course AC wasn't working at my house.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking HVAC issues.
HVAC blues.
HVAC blues. Doesn't matter what place I'm at, whether it's here or home, I got HVAC blues. Well, I called the HVAC guy, and
you just know him so well at this point.
I called Jim, and
yeah,
his kids are doing
so he
good.
was actually over for dinner. And Just telling him what was going on. First of all, the night before, I'd like gone through ChatGPT trying to diagnose the problem. Couldn't figure it out. Messing with the dampers and shit, which I probably shouldn't have been doing. But I learned a little bit more about it. Well, it turns out that whatever, I don't know if it's the coil or whatever, froze over.
Mm-hmm.
So probably inside and the one like on the unit outside, like we're talking like 3/4 of an inch of ice on this thing.
Which is crazy because it was 90 degrees last week.
Well, so here, let me get there, Tyler.
Okay, because I saw your coil. You showed me it when I was at your house shooting.
Yeah,
And it
it
was
frozen.
for sure frozen over.
Yeah. Well, so we shut the system off to then get it to melt, and then we're gonna go from there. The HVAC guy comes over, and he concluded that it probably happened because I didn't change the air filter.
Shut the fuck up. Oh, no. Myles. How?
Why can't we figure something else out?
This is a totally different conversation 3 months ago if you didn't just go through this.
Now, I have been decent about changing the air filters. So when I take an air filter out that's spent at my house, I don't throw it away. I just like put it in the corner because I'm not going to throw it away.
Mm-hmm.
There was one that was way dirtier than the one I pulled out. So I'm still a little skeptical that was the exact issue. But yeah, I mean,
how? You literally had a whole monologue about how you're going to change your ways and the office filters are on you.
And my home filters are also on me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm dialed in now, though. This week, I'm going to figure out what air filters I need to buy. I'm going to buy them this week. I'm going to change the ones here.
Mm-hmm.
I already changed the one in my house, so we're good there. And I have reminders on my Google Calendar to change them out every fucking, I don't know,
week.
Every week at this point.
This weekend, you need to check your filters at your lake cabin.
Oh yeah.
Well, they're wall units, so
check if those have filters.
I would just check.
just give it a quick look over.
Yeah, I probably do need to change those out too.
Doesn't hurt to check.
I hate it. I don't know. It's so easy to do, but I just hate
it. It's less than a minute of work.
Just why can't we figure out a filterless system?
I don't know.
We can put a man on the fucking moon, but we can't figure out a filterless air system.
I'm sure spaceships have filters.
Why can't we just use lasers or something to just do something to the air?
But then that would overshadow your automatic blinds. Your flex would be your laser filter.
So I have decided, though, that I am going to invent a new product, and it's going to be like, think like meat thermometer sized product. Okay. It's going to be magnetic. You'll be able to magnet it to your furnace or wherever. Yeah. And then it's just a timer with a really loud alarm. So when you change the air filter, you click however many months you want it to go out. You set, and then it's whatever. And then whenever that time is up, just a loud fucking, and then you have to go change the air filter. You got to go down to the furnace room to shut the alarm off, because I know what's going to happen is I'm going to get a Google Calendar invite on my calendar to change out the air filters, and I'm like, yeah, I got to do that today.
And you forget about
Then I
it.
forget.
Yeah.
But if there's a loud beeping noise going on in my furnace room, I have to go down there to shut it off. I'll just change the air filter.
Smart.
Yeah, it's kind of like when your sub pump isn't working. And the
Yeah,
water
like a
drain.
sump pump alert.
Yeah. It'd be like
Noise
that.
or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, you just got to make sure you change the batteries on your alarm.
Shit. Maybe we'll do a wall plug-in.
Yeah,
We'll do
there
a
you go.
plug-in. Yeah.
Just in that room.
You're right. I would not have thought of that, and then it would have been a disaster.
And you get a Google Calendar thing to change the batteries on the alarm, and you'd forget.
No, the wall outlet though, the power goes out, it resets,
Oh,
and just
God.
the whole thing starts over.
Yeah, the alternative is me just to be a responsible adult.
All these fail
I
safes.
just don't see that happening.
What was your initial reaction when the HVAC guy told you it was the filter?
I was just thinking these guys are gonna never let me live this down.
That's what I'm gonna get you for Christmas every year.
Actually, great gift.
Some air filters.
Yeah. So I wonder what the bill's gonna be on that.
What did Ann say?
It's just you realize she lives with me every day, so this is stuff like this happens all the time.
She's dumb.
Yeah.
Well, she's overheating because the AC's out.
But they don't tell you how much stuff can go wrong by not changing the air filter, because they make air filters seem like they are like this thing to just clean your air. You know, it's like, oh, you want high quality air, just throw a fucking air filter. That's what they make it seem like, right? That's what they make it seem like. I know that there's other stuff that it does. That's what they make it seem like. So they hand over the keys to the house. They're like, yeah, air filters are just keep your air filtered. They don't tell you that the entire HVAC system is dependent on these air filters.
But they tell you to change them every few months.
They do.
But they're like, yeah, every like 6 to 8 months, change them out. If it's that critical to the fucking system, don't give me a ballpark. Don't tell me every 4 to 8 months. Tell me exactly when if they said every 182 days you have to change out this air filter, my head goes, if it's just that important that they have to give me to the day, this is important to the system. But when they're like, yeah, every 4 to 18 months, change these suckers out. You're like, okay, this doesn't matter. Like, if it really mattered, they'd be much more specific. They don't tell you that. They don't tell you that the entire system is dependent off these fucking flimsy cardboard filters.
These bitch ass filters.
How can my entire house be dependent on an air filter?
You know now.
I know now. Why don't they teach you that in school?
It's keeping this shit out of there.
They're teaching me about derivatives in calculus class when they should be teaching me that your house will explode if you don't change out the air filters. You will be knocked back into the Stone Age if you don't change out your air filters.
We talked about this at your house too. That was the first thing we brought up. We're like, hey, did you change your air filter? And you're like, yeah, I've been good at it.
Well, yeah, I feel like it's been 6 months since I changed my air filter, which to me, like, okay, let's say they say it's every 4 months if you're a hardo about it.
Prick about
You
it.
should be able to go 6 months without changing your air filter. I mean, what happened? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Can you at least agree that they don't put enough emphasis on how much the air filter matters?
I can agree with that. The importance is overshadowed.
It's just kind of implied. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always been harped at my whole life to be changing these things, and I always had landlords like sending out emails like, change your air filters now.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just didn't get the memo. I don't know.
Ask your dad how often he changes his.
I will. But then I'll have to tell him why I'm asking it.
Just say Chase is asking.
Yeah.
Just say Ann is asking.
Ann is, I got into argument with Ann and I just want to be right.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Then whatever he says, yeah, that's what I said. I just
digging a hole.
I just can't believe. It'd be like your car will explode if you don't make sure that the windshield wiper fluid is full.
Think of it like this.
It's like this equivalent.
I don't know about that.
You got think of it like this. Your body's filter is your liver. You need that liver to survive.
Yeah, but you don't have to change out your liver every fucking 4 months, do you, Tyler?
No, but if you lost your liver, if your liver was too full of shit, your body would explode. Same as your air conditioning.
Okay, it's a good example. But again, God designed humans to not have to fucking change out their liver. He's like, hey, if this matters this much to this shit, we probably shouldn't leave it up to humans to change out their liver because they're not going to remember. I'll just make it work as long as they're not poisoning it forever.
Mm-hmm. But man is not as complicated as God.
But why can't they just invent a filterless system?
Well, I mean, humans been around for, I don't know, millions of years. So it took a lot of time for that to be a thing.
I bet it worked day one. I bet the liver in humans works day one, Jerrod. I do not think it had to develop.
All right. But HVAC's been only been around for like, I don't know, 100 years.
That is true. We are in the infant stage.
Right. So working out the kinks in the beta stage.
Yeah. I just think that if you could invent a thing you don't have to change out the filter on, you're going to make so much money.
Mm-hmm.
But then probably not, because people are like, well, that's dumb. Why would I pay an extra $2,000 for a system that I could just change out the air filters?
And that big filter is going to come after you and kill you.
That's not good. They're making $1.92 on each filter.
Everyone.
I'm not proud that I've had to learn this filter lesson the way that I did, but everyone learns at different paces in different ways. And you know what? This is my cross to bear, and I'll carry it. It's on me. I gotta put my big boy pants on. Just change the air filter.
# no filter.
But again, school system failed me.
You should have put that in your graduation speech. All the shit they don't teach you at college.
Yes. Yeah, I should have thrown that in. I should have said, this is a little side note too, by the way, when you get out in the real world and you buy a house, your entire house is dependent on the air filters.
That's just a fact.
It's just a fact. Like, I just learned that last week. And I just need to get that off my chest because I guarantee no one told you about that. Who knew that fucking dust can just take down your house? It's a silent killer, I guess.
Your house is allergic to dust. It needs to be masked up.
Yeah.
And every single time I put a new air filter in, which is not very often,
we know.
I have to be like, okay, am I putting this in the correct way?
Right.
I'm sure I've done that at some point. Just put it in upside down or whatever.
Nightmare.
I think it still works if you put it in backwards.
Yeah, I don't know.
It seemed a little finicky though.
Oh, yeah.
You think they would just make it double-sided, go either way?
Yeah. I think, don't they have arrows on it that say this side out?
They do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I got it in there, right? Don't fucking throw me a bone here.
Okay. Not my fault, but we had the power go out last night. Whole neighborhood down. Me and my son were driving. We went over to the farm, and as we were driving to the farm, we noticed that the ditch by our house was just on fire. And people do controlled burns. We were like, oh, cool. Someone's doing a controlled burn of the lake bed. And so then on our way back, there's fire trucks, electrical crews, all sorts of shit parked at this fire trying to put it out. And we noticed the electrical wire had broken and started that fire. And we were probably the first on the scene, and we just drove right by and didn't call it in. But power was out.
Now you guys tell me what's worse, not changing your air filter or driving by a crime scene. Because it could have been arson. We don't know.
It could have been if somebody went up there and snipped the electrical line.
Just saying, who's dumber?
This was no fault of my own.
Me neither. I didn't fucking invent HVAC and make it all dependent on the air filter. Anyways, sorry.
We were just without power until like 1 o'clock in the morning. I know, because my alarm clock kicked back on and shocked the shit out of everybody in the house.
You didn't open the fridge, did you?
No.
Thank God.
But
That's always my biggest fear is opening the fridge when the power's off and everything just starts melting.
But my wife was cooking dinner when the power went out. So we had to be like, shit, do we open the fridge and put the ingredients back in the fridge, or we just let the shit that's out of the fridge go bad? We did decide to open it quick right away before it got uncold.
Play with fire.
So we were like 45 seconds into the outage when we decided to open the fridge. So I think we're good.
Yeah.
But it was super weird. Like, I haven't been without power for that long in a long time. Like, we had candles rolling and shit. Like, I'd wake up to pee and it was like, it's pitch black. Like, I forgot to grab my phone. I'm slipping up. My piss was black because of the power outage.
Oh my God.
I just thought to myself, like, being blind.
You can't see anything.
It would be the fucking worst.
Yeah, dude. Like you just can't see anything.
Like, I gotta start training myself for if I go blind one day.
Yeah, like the Three Ninjas.
Yeah.
Remember that movie?
Yeah, they turn the lights out.
They used to train in the dark.
That's how they win the final battle.
Mm-hmm.
Blow the lights out.
Shout out to anyone who's ever seen the movie Three Ninjas.
Oh,
what are their names? Colt.
I don't remember their names.
Like Tom and one other kid.
What is it?
I watched that movie a lot with my brothers growing up.
High Noon at Thunder Mountain or something like that.
Well, that's the other one. There's two. They made two versions.
2, 3 ninjas.
There's a couple two, three ninjas. It's also like it's just 3 white kids,
Yeah.
and then their grandpa is just an Asian guy.
Yeah. Aren't their parents both white too?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was the 90s.
It was. Nothing needed to make sense. They're trying to capitalize on Karate Kid.
Yeah, look at me trying to find plot holes in a movie called Three Ninjas about 3 kids
White
that
kids.
take down adults fighting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a scene where the kid just does the splits and just starts punching bad guys in the dick.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Anyways,
Great movie. That's all I just.
I mean, if you had done your 3 ninja training, you would have been prepared for that
I
scenario.
know. I'm gonna have to start.
Well, and it's a new house, which is a nightmare. You don't know the
yeah.
layout like the back of your
Mhm.
hand. Because I could navigate my house now, pitch black.
Yeah,
Except for the furnace room, I don't know that place very well.
clearly, I did pretty good. But when you have
Just tripping over air filters, I get down there.
what are these things?
The fuck is that? Dan leaving this around?
I mean, it wouldn't have been so bad if I didn't have 3 small kids that leave shit everywhere.
Oh yeah, booby trap. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, last night I went to take a pee and I almost went ass over tea kettle on a thing of bubbles.
Yeah.
Why we have that in our bedroom, I don't know.
Yeah. Shit ends up in weird places. My kid threw both our TV remotes down the heat vent. The other day we looked.
So
for
what's funny
hours.
is that won't take your house down.
No,
but the air filter will.
Yeah.
You could throw a jar of peanut butter in the duct. that won't take your house down, but the air filter being a little too dirty will.
As
A little too much dust, it'll take down your whole system.
This is the first line of defense. But this time, surely your lesson is learned.
It has.
So, you haven't found the remotes yet?
No, we got him. We
Okay.
just looked forever, and then finally, the 3-year-old fessed up. He's like, "I know where they are." I was like, "Just show me." And he walked over and he just pointed to the heat vent. And I was like, "You've got to be fucking kidding me!" My arm's too big to reach down there, so I had to recruit the 5-year-old to stick his arm down there and grab him. And he was having a fit about that. He's like, "There's something's gonna grab me." Like, there's nothing down there except the remotes. I promise.
Now you regret telling him all the stories about the monsters because he thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And then when you need him most, he just folds because of all the work you did.
No, he eventually stepped up and did it. I'm like, "Well, you're brave."
I changed the air filter. There's no more monsters in there.
Yeah. Don't worry, Dad changed the air filters. All the dust monsters are gone.
That's gonna be one of my kids' first lessons. As soon as he becomes conscious and can understand things, it's like, "Oh, go do some work with Dad in the garage." We're like, no, we're going to the furnace room. You gotta learn this young. I'm gonna save you hundreds of dollars in your future.
Well, it's perfect. Make it his job. So one life lesson he'll never forget, and you're good till he's 18.
Have you ever met a kid? Since when did kids are even worse than me at remembering to do things?
I don't know.
I'm gonna remember that.
I remember you said that.
My kid remembers to feed the dog every day at supper time.
Okay, if I had a dog, I would feed it.
I don't know. Air filters are kind of like the food of the house. Without it, they can't survive.
Oh yeah.
They say food of the house.
Sorry, I'm too busy trying to keep this company afloat. So you guys can feed your families. And I forgot the air filter slipped my mind amidst that pressure.
That's Miles's favorite go-to when he's in a corner.
Exactly.
Sorry, I was trying to keep this company afloat.
It's the ultimate card.
Yep.
The problem is like this is just totally a me issue with the HVAC because I've never heard anyone else have these issues.
Yeah, I don't know either. I think Grandpa told me that a lot of his stuff when he first moved into the house was wait until something broke and realize why it broke and then never do it again. So maybe it's just natural progression.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's one of those things that, you know, people like it happens to them, but they're so embarrassed they just don't tell anyone.
Yeah.
Kudos to me for just
open and honest.
Speaking my truth.
Thanks for being vulnerable with us.
Talking without a filter. I like it.
Maybe change the name of the podcast. Maybe we should be unfiltered.
I would love for filters to be eradicated.
Myles versus filters 2025.
It's a big task.
That's his next year's New Year's resolution is to take down Big Filter.
We gotta figure that out. We can launch a rocket, go to space, and come back, and we can catch it with chopsticks. But we can't figure out a filterless HVAC system.
But I'm sure that rocket has filters though too.
Probably keep the dust out of it.
Just what if they don't change the filter? The whole rocket's gonna explode. It's the way it seems.
What if they are just running like a normal ass filter in there too?
Right. Yeah. It's like a little oil filter.
But that's like, okay. When you bought your house, Jerrod, did the realtor give you any information about the house? In terms of little things about it that you need to do?
Not really. But the inspector did.
So that's what the inspector does.
What happens when you build a new house and there's no fucking inspector?
Do you not have to have like someone check it over?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
I bet you don't.
Either that or like the home builder just has the inspector go through and just talks to them. You know what I mean?
Right. It's all like new shit too. So yeah.
Like there is an inspector that has to go, I'm sure, come out. But yeah. But good to know it wasn't good to know it wasn't worse. That it was just the air filter.
I mean, also too,
perspective
to defend you a little bit. This guy could be pulling it out of his ass too. HVAC could be pulling a fast one on you. Because like you said, it is weirdly important. Like a lot of issues seem to be able to happen from the filter.
So the guy who's done the HVAC here and the guy in my house are two different guys.
Never mind.
So yeah, it's
okay. I thought he was just coming after you after all the HVAC slander you put on the internet.
I told you I rescinded my slander because it's my fault. And the only fault the HVAC people have is making their entire system so dependent on a stupid fucking filter.
Don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah. It'll be fine. Never going to happen again.
Okay. Mark that, Jerrod. Clip that. Just have it ready.
So what? How often am I supposed to change it now? Like every 4 months?
I would do 3.
Yeah, I think it says 3 on the filter.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not going to do that.
That's like 4 filters a year.
They're like $1.50.
It takes a minute to do.
Well, mine sticks a little when I'm pulling the tray thing out, so it's longer than you think.
It's 2 minutes.
And then I got to fucking WD-40 it. It's like this whole thing.
Don't spray that into anything.
I think that is the issue.
Just spraying it up in the thing.
Yeah. WD-40 flammable?
I'm pretty sure.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
It smells flammable.
You just can't be lubing that much stuff up and not be flammable.
Yeah. Anything compressed in a can is probably flammable.
Yeah.
Except for just aerosol, Put aerosol. Anyway, it doesn't
I don't know.
matter. I don't know. Should we take a break, boys?
Yeah.
Guys, if you got a gas-powered engine out there, you need to keep it running like new at every fill-up. And so that's why the boys here at YBR use stable in-season protection.
Hell yeah. You can never be too protected.
You need a lesson in protection, Tyler.
I put it in my mower, my weed whacker, but what exactly does it do?
You don't even know what you're putting in.
I just know it's good for it.
Well, Tyler, I'm glad that you asked, because stable in outdoor power equipment prevents gum and varnish buildup from forming that could cause a rough or non-running engine.
I like my engines running.
Me too.
To be honest.
You can also use for cars and trucks, increase fuel efficiency, which getting to the age where fuel efficiency is like my top priority.
Checking gas prices all the time.
And just like how many MPGs am I getting? It also can help remove deposits, ensuring long-term engine health.
I gotta get some of that in Gordy in my old pickup.
Yeah, you do.
That's the next.
Actually, you do need to get some in that pickup.
I will.
Guys, Stable outperforms the competition in independent lab testing, so grab some in-season protection today. Test it out for yourself. At every fill-up, start with a Stable. Stable's kind of like, a few beers for your old man. The old man just gets everything run smoothly.
Hell yeah.
Well, guys, I gave my commencement speech.
You did?
I did it.
I thought you did pretty well. I watched the first one because you did 2 that day, right?
Yeah, I thought it went well too.
Yeah.
I actually, for someone that can be pretty long-winded, I felt like I had the right amount of time too. I was really worried about being a guy who goes on for too long.
No, I thought it was perfect.
So that went good. Almost all of the jokes hit, which when you're the guy who does comedy online, if you show up and your jokes don't hit, that's tough sledding.
Yeah.
That was like the only thing I was nervous about was like, are these going to be funny enough?
My favorite joke of the whole speech didn't hit. And I was like, what the fuck, crowd?
Yeah, because ball.
Yeah. It was the whole thing. Like you said that when you played football at MSUM, you knew the other teams were scared of you because when you lined up, they all ran to the other side and said it was going there,
yeah.
which is a great joke. And it was crickets.
I mean, you butchered the joke, Tyler, but
I got the gist of it.
For those that are confused what Tyler's talking about, it was when I line up on the right side, they would all yell, "It's going left," and run away from me.
Mm-hmm.
So they were terrified.
Yep.
And then the follow-up joke was, no, they let me touch the ball once in a while. I'd say, Myles, when your teammate makes a big play, run and grab the ball and hand it to the ref so we can run another play really quick.
I see. And I thought those were good jokes.
Yeah, it did really hit. It's just also it might have played. So first ceremony was a lot of like art majors, which they didn't tell me was going to be there. And then I changed the joke to something else for the second one. And then as the students are walking in, fucking construction management, there's dudes there was people wearing hard hats instead of caps with like the MSUM logo on it. And I was like, God, maybe I should keep the joke in, but I did a different joke. It hit way better, so wasn't that upset. Yeah, I was like, okay, let's go. These are my squad here. They're gonna get it. But yeah, it went good. Long day.
I'm sure.
Got there at 8:30 and left at 4:30 because you had to give 2 speeches.
Did you have to wear the robe the entire day?
No.
Okay, they let you take it off between takes.
Yeah. It's kind of funny because I had to wear red with like a white sash, which is what all of the graduates are wearing. You'd think that if you're the commencement speaker, they'd give you like at least one extra thing to identify that you're not a graduate.
Somebody doesn't believe that you're the speaker, and they're like, get in line.
Like I watched Charlie Barron's one and he had like the whole fucking garb.
Yeah.
And then I show up and it was the exact thing I had to wear for my high school graduation.
It's like tablecloth.
Yeah, like I could have just wore that.
You should have brought the extension cord.
Yeah.
Should have done that bit.
Should have.
I know.
Ugh,
Did a
whatever.
bungee cord joke instead.
Mm-hmm.
I should have pulled out a bungee cord.
Yeah.
When does it get weird? Like, how do I say this? Like, what at what point in time is it too long to wear the robe? So, like, how long can you keep the robe on until it gets weird?
Like in that, like if I had kept wearing it.
Yeah. At what point is it weird?
Like if I would have gone to dinner with it, yeah, it'd been weird. It also depends on how you're wearing it, right? Like after the thing, if you unzip it and you like are letting it flow, I think you can buy more time. Because it's like clearly he's let his hair down. It's like at a wedding when you untuck your shirt and loosen your tie. You can wear that the whole night. You go to the bar after, it's not weird. If you're wearing the full suit, everyone's kind of like, really? You got it's the same thing.
I think if the graduates are wearing their gown anywhere other than the ceremony and in the parking lot taking pictures, it's crazy. Regardless of how loose they let it flow.
Like if you wear it on your drive home, fine. And if you get home and you want to take some photos, fine. But after that, I think it's got to pop off.
You can't. You can't wear it for the after party.
Unless you like threw a college party, like a last final party where everyone wore their cap and gown. That would be funny.
And it's the dress code. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's actually, it would be kind of fun.
Cap and gown party.
We should do that. Everyone just dig out if you still got it. If you don't, buy one off of Amazon.
I think I got my high school one somewhere. Yeah. I have a really nice storage room at my house, so it's probably in my storage room that's super nice and big.
This is gonna look great in my storage room.
Yeah.
I have the perfect spot for this. No, it was fine. It was fine. I'm glad that I elected to wear it. I don't know. I felt like it added to the experience.
Did they give you the option not to?
Yeah, I don't think you had to. I knew someone who gave one at MSUM before, and they said they didn't wear it. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of fun.
I did think it was kind of interesting that Charlie Barons was here last week. He knew full well that you're going to be giving this speech on Friday, and he decided that he's going to start posting clips of his commencement speech eerily close to the time yours was coming out.
You know how Charlie's brain works. He forgot that he gave the commencement speech until I told him I was giving commencement speech. He's like, oh, actually, I got a clip of that. I should post that. That's how it went.
It wasn't.
There was no devious.
There was no ill will from Charlie.
Correct. Yeah, it was just like, oh yeah, fuck, I forgot. I got those videos. We should post one of those.
I thought he was suffering from a case of extreme commencement envy.
Yeah, I mean, he did. MCUM's great, but he did give his at University of Wisconsin.
Yeah,
so
they're not the Dragons, dude. That place is special.
Yeah, it was. I can't tell you though. Like, I'm trying to think of an equivalent feeling after I got done with the second speech. But like, I still had to like sit through the rest of the ceremony, but you're mentally just so checked out. It's like the best feeling. I don't know what the equivalent is, but it's kind of like I think it's just anytime you give a speech, like even in school, it was kind of nice being the first one to give a speech in a class. Then you can just relax the rest of the class. But if you're the last one, you're just thinking about it the whole time.
If you're first, you don't absorb a single word of anyone else's speech.
Not a chance.
You just recapping what you said in your head over and over.
And I tried not to do that. I tried not to like mull over how it went because I'm like, I just can't do anything about it. Plus, who gave the commencement speech at yours?
No fucking.
What did they say?
I blacked out.
Exactly.
So I have a bone to pick with. When I went to MSUM, we ran a tight ship on our broadcasting classes. Whoever the audio guy is running the Dragon stuff right now, you got to step up, my guy. There was a 4-second delay. You would say a joke, I'd see your hands come up and whatever, and then I'd have to sit and wait 4 seconds before the punchline came.
Wow.
So I'm calling him out. We can do better.
I know the guy who runs the show, so I'll have to text him and say that you said that they need to tighten up.
I mean, I don't know if it's the same guy, but when I was there, it was Webby. Webby, you're better than that, man.
Yeah.
The crew's better than that.
All right. Well, I'll let him know.
No.
Between the ceremonies, I had to go to a luncheon and Ann wanted to bring our kid to the second one because he was napping during the first one. So I was like, well, just come eat lunch and then we can go and do it afterwards. So we show up with him. He's like, eat some food. And then Ann was like, oh, I'm going to go he's kind of getting a little cranky. I'm going to walk around. 2 minutes later, I get a phone call. We have a complete blowout here. I accidentally got shit on the second diaper. So I need you to run to the car. And as she calls me, the president of the university stands up and starts talking. So then I have to go out during all of that, run to the car in the rain, grab some diapers, the whole thing. Then I go back in, and then he had finished talking, and then he's like, "Oh, Myles is back. We went around the room and introduced ourselves." And I was like, "Hi, I just had to run to the car for diapers. I, blew my kid had a blowout," and everyone's just kind of like,
really shit himself.
Well, it's this seems a little like TMI for a luncheon with the president of the university. And
at least one person at the luncheon was like, he's talking about himself. He shit his pants.
And after I did the intro, whatever, and then the president just goes, "Yep, thank you, Myles. That's Myles. He is one of our more shy alumni." It's like, so I shared that a kid had a blowout. It's fine.
It's life, dude.
It's life. So, yeah, it was good. But now I'm thinking did I just open up a can of worms? Am I going to have to give a commencement speech every year now? Am I just going to be getting calls from colleges and universities?
They did post a highlight reel.
Yeah. They used the one joke that I cut for the second one.
Yeah.
But
because it was a good joke. Whoever made that reel knows ball.
I think I may have to do a Luke from the Outdoor Boys. I may have to just say, officially right now that I am taking a break for a while from doing
at least a year.
Speeches, at least a year. But I just want everyone to know, if you want me to do a commencement speech, you're getting the exact. I'm not writing another one, so you're just getting exactly what I said at that one.
Hey, you said that no one ever remembers the commencement speech, so you can give it every year.
Yeah. I'll just alter some of the jokes. Instead of saying I graduated here, I'll just say where I graduated from.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy.
Mm-hmm. Still dragon themed.
Also,
of course, red robe.
Huge confusion by people. So, how I told you guys the story that I technically graduated in 2016, but I walked for graduation in 2015 because I failed that class and the whole thing. Well, in my speech, I said that I graduated in 2015, but on the screen, it said class of 2016. This whole thing. So they were right. I did graduate 2016.
It's like they fact checked you.
Yeah.
They pop it up right after he says it, and they put an asterisk next to it.
It's like pop-up videos.
Jerrod, you were telling me that you want to talk about your haircut.
Yeah, I got a haircut for the first time since my wedding.
It looks good too.
And your wedding, remind me exactly when it was.
September 20th, 2025.
Good. You remembered that was a test.
Yeah, you said exactly. So I did.
2024.
Yeah, 2024.
You said 2025.
Shit.
Anyway, that's the 1 year anniversary. That's what I was saying.
Okay, so you got a haircut.
Mm-hmm. And one thing I realized about myself when I get a haircut is it's the only time I lie a lot. I don't tell people what I do. I don't.
Yeah. So because you don't have the same person every time. You're going
Correct.
to sport clips or something.
Essentially, yeah.
So it's so if I was like, oh hey, so what do you do? What's your response?
Oh, I do video stuff.
Same, dude.
Work with edit videos or video editing.
If the person that is asking me that question that means nothing to me, if they're just a random person I'll never see again, I'd never tell them the truth. Ever.
What else do you lie about?
Well, then they'll say oh, who do you work for? I'm like, oh, I'm just a freelance videographer. Because I don't want to say you betcha, because they're just going to ask about you, Myles. And every time I tell somebody what I do, they just want to talk about you.
Yeah, and you're like, I want to leave work at work.
Right, yeah.
Well, they always ask questions like, "You guys make money doing that, huh?" Every time.
So, did I tell you about what my grandma said? So, remember when we had we surpassed 1 billion views on Facebook?
Mm-hmm.
My mom was telling my grandma, I was like, "Yeah, Myles, they got 1 billion views on Facebook," and she goes, "Oh gosh, so like, is that like $1 per view?"
Yeah,
My grandma thought I was a billionaire.
Hell yeah.
For about 15 seconds, she thought that she had a grandson who's a billionaire.
You're like,
That would be pretty sweet.
That would be sick.
Hey,
$1
Facebook.
per view would be awesome.
We could have Luke from the Outdoor Boys dipped out a long time ago.
We would all be retired.
Yep.
But so yeah, you're kind of the opposite. I feel like sometimes people, when they get their hair cut, they'll spill their guts on stuff.
No, I'm with Jerrod.
I don't like to talk. I mean, if you want to talk to me, that's fine. I'm just gonna lie to you.
What else do you lie about? Mostly just work?
Just work, yeah.
Do you ever come up with any like fun stories? Because I feel like it'd be a time where you could test out a new identity.
I feel like that's gonna bite me in the ass down the road. So that's why I don't mess with that.
What's your name?
Oh,
Jerrod with an A.
there was one time with my old Chevy Cruze, I had to get it fixed. I didn't care about it anymore. So I like left it at the auto body shop for, it was like, I don't know, 2-3 months. They kept calling me. I kept like declining it because I didn't want to pick it up. I already had a new car at this point. One day I decided to go pick it up. He's like, "You're Jerrod. We've been trying so hard to reach you. Where have you been?" I didn't think he'd make a big deal out of it. And I'm like, "Yeah, I was in Europe for about a month. That's why I haven't came back." And I don't know if he bought it or not. He's like, "Oh, really?" Completely didn't know what to say.
Did he ask any more questions or did you just leave it?
He just kind of left it.
That's
yeah.
good. That's
Okay.
good.
Also, though, that is the most Myles move you've ever pulled. Just leaving a car at the auto body shop because you just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
I really kicked the can down the road on that one.
Out of sight, out of
I
mind.
bet you became famous at the auto body shop, though.
Is it-
They're
is it
like,
For sure.
we've never had anyone drop off a car and not pick it up.
If I thought it was dead.
Yeah.
Jerrod, the Chevy Cruze guy.
Right. Oh, the cruise got picked up today. He's gone. He said he was in Europe.
That's the best excuse you had, was I was in Europe.
What else am I supposed to say?
Dude, I had a
Well, just be like, I didn't have a car. I couldn't get here. And all my buddies were in Europe for a month.
every single one of them.
And then I puked in the Uber too many times, so they canceled my account.
I got a 3-star rating.
I had a buddy in college who just didn't go to class for like 2 months, and he lived at the dorms, and then he emailed his professors saying that he got in a car accident. And they're like, "Okay, cool. Well, if you just come to class and take the tests and whatever, we'll give you an incomplete so you don't fail these classes and flunk out of school." And he's like, "Well, fuck, I got to make it look like I was in a car accident."
Oh,
So
no.
he went to another one of the football players and got like one of those crazy, like floating, basically a knee brace deal, but for your whole arm.
Yeah,
And-
elbow brace.
Yeah, an elbow brace, but it was like the big, like liquid gel ones that are like liquid cast deal, air cast deals.
Oh, so like something you would ice your arm for.
I don't know.
Fancy brace.
It was super, super fancy brace. It was called the air cast. And it had like the sling. So he had to go take his final left-handed
for an incomplete.
for every single class.
Oh, that was
Because he
terrible.
was just getting shit canned in the dorms and not going to school. And it was like, I can get out of it by saying I was in a car accident.
Oh, what an idiot.
So he had to follow through on that lie.
So basically, he just paid for those classes.
And then just didn't. He got credit for doing them, but it didn't affect his like GPA because that's what the incompletes got him.
That's a kick to the nuts.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Mhm.
Learned his
But
lesson.
also, it is so easy to pass college.
Just go.
If you just show up and you do the discussion boards and you just don't do really bad on the test, you'll just pass college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as long as it's a really easy class, not a hard one like sport and play.
Sport and play. But again, if I had just done 2 more assignments, it'd have been good.
Right. Trying to thread the needle.
Yeah. Do you guys, because it's like no one's putting their grades on a resume.
No.
You just say that you got the degree.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's all I got to do.
C's get degrees.
D's get degrees,
Yeah.
Tyler. The only problem was you had to keep us above a certain GPA to like be eligible for sports
Mhm.
and play.
I didn't have that problem.
Actually, you know what, Jerrod? I'd like to see your transcript as your employer.
I just quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, Jerrod, why haven't you shown up to work? You're like, I'm in Europe
No, studying abroad.
studying abroad.
Jerrod just doesn't come back for 3 months. Like, where the fuck is he?
Yeah, like, what are all these F's on your? Oh no, so that was when I was studying abroad, and F in Europe actually means phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's French for phenomenal.
Yeah. I can bring my transcript in and go through it.
It should.
Yeah. See if I have a job by the end.
All right, you got a fun fact, Jerrod?
I do. Just one quick one. Let me find it.
It's in Europe.
It's in your where is it? I just had it. Oh. The dashed lines on a highway are 10 feet long.
What?
It's like when you're driving on the interstate, the lines in the middle are 10 feet long each.
Yeah, wow.
They sure don't feel like it.
They feel like 3 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I had to do with my arms how long the stripes are, they're like this long.
Right.
Which that is probably
6,
Yeah.
7.
yeah, this is probably like 5 feet.
See, even right now, I feel like that's too big.
You think they're like this?
Yeah, maybe between where you had there and that. As I would guess, they're probably like this.
So about 4 feet.
Yeah. Great for
Great
the
podcast.
Yeah.
audio people.
I mean, I would have guessed 8 at the max.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm going to be driving down the highway and only thinking about this and looking at the lines and getting in an accident.
Yeah.
So thanks for that, Jerrod.
Stay between them.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going that fast, because it's like, have you ever seen when they write stuff on the road and then they elongate it really long?
Mm-hmm.
So like if you're just standing there, it's hard to read, but when you're going fast and driving over it, it's easy to read. So I imagine the lines appear shorter because you're driving.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's like a road sign too. You think road signs are small, but then you're like holding one. You're like, this is pretty damn big.
Yeah.
So there's that illusion.
On those, with the letters on the road where it says stop ahead, is it supposed to read ahead stop or stop ahead? Are you supposed to read the bottom word first or the top word first?
So I know what you're saying, because I've thought the same thing. I think they're doing it so you read stop ahead, but it should say stop ahead.
Wait, no, because the stop is on the bottom. The stop is on the bottom. So if you're reading it normal like a book, top to bottom, it says ahead stop.
We had comma stop.
Oh, so it is the way I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense, but you're right that it is weird at first.
Yeah, because if you're reading it like a normal like paragraph, you go top to bottom. So it would say ahead stop if you read it in that order. But as you're driving, you see the stop first. So is it stop ahead? Or do they purposely pick that phrase so you can read it both ways? And it means the same thing.
Or maybe they do it so you pay attention to the stop, because you're like, oh, you actually read it.
But now I'm so focused on the text, I'm going to blow this stop sign.
Don't do that.
Don't blow that thing.
Yeah, I think it's stop ahead.
Because if it said stop sign coming up, how would they put it on the?
Because it would be, if they were going to do a head stop, they'd have to go ahead, comma. There'd be a comma there.
Yeah,
We need more commas.
yeah. The taxpayer dollars wasted on commas.
If they had to put
quotations.
commas or a period after everything on the road, how much extra money that would cost? So much.
Every railroad crossing has to write railroad crossing. Can't just be RRX.
Mm-hmm.
Grammar Nazis.
Yep.
Well, is that it, Jerrod?
That's it.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of You Betcha Radio. Ryan will be back next week.
Mhm. I will be gone.
Have a good Memorial Day weekend. You're gonna be gone?
Mhm.
All right. Sweet. No, just kidding.
I'm going
Have
to
a
Europe.
good Memorial Day weekend,
Yeah.
right? That's this weekend?
Yep.
Yeah. See you next one. Love you guys.
Myles fights the filters, they cloud in the sky. Lots cash and checks stacked up so high. Luke's out with the boys, camping by the stream. Outdoor dreams fueling every kid's dream. Let the world spin wide, let the stories be told. From the modern mess to the good old gold. Bad tales and barber fits, they're just part of the game. Power lines swaying, but the spirit stays the same. You're a month wandering back, heavy with gear. Every cobblestone whisper, tales in your ear. Ryan soaking deep, luxurious grace. Hiding the truth with a straight shaved face. Let the world spin wild, let the stories be told. From the modern mess to the good old gold. Bad tales and barber fits, they're just part of the game. Power lines swaying, but the spirit stays the same.
So I looked at like the prices of like everyday things we see,
Oh,
and like,
we have to guess.
yeah, you can guess. So what is the typical price range of an ATM machine? Like if you're gonna buy an
To
ATM.
buy an ATM.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure I saw this in some finance bro TikTok. Like, you should just go out and buy an ATM machine and you'll make this much passive money. So I think it's like $3,000.
I was gonna say $1,800.
The between $2,000 and $8,000 for an ATM machine.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because you basically will split the ATM fee with the place you put it in. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, if you put it at the gas station, you
So
charge
that-
$4, they get 2, you get 2.
Mm-hmm. What about a Coke Freestyle machine?
I don't.
Oh fuck though! God, I hate those.
What is
I hate
that?
them so much. The buttons never work.
Oh, the like where you get the
The
you
fancy Coke
Can,
machine.
you
like-
can put like vanilla syrup in
Exactly.
anything.
If I'm at one of those, it's just like this, and you just have to keep pressing it
Diet
over and
Coke,
over
Diet
again. And then it finally goes through. It's just the worst software, worst interface ever. I fucking hate it. Who needs a cherry orange vanilla Coke?
That sounds good.
Just give me a Diet Coke.
Or like a cherry vanilla, like Diet Barks root beer.
Right? And then the line's long because everyone's fucking rifling through shit.
Oh, and if you get a boomer up there, it's
Yeah.
game over.
And then you click into the wrong one, and then like the back button doesn't work, and you're just hammering it. I hate those things.
I mean, they would be
and the sad part is they're probably like $15,000.
if this, all their problems would be fixed if they just made it regular buttons. I think people would love those machines.
Yeah,
If
I
it
would
wasn't
agree.
touchscreen, you'd love those. I would love them even more. I still like them.
I still think they'd be dumb, but they'd be better for sure.
Yeah.
It's between $5,000 and $15,000.
Okay.
Jesus.
What about a police taser?
I bet you could get one of those for like probably like $280.
I feel higher. I think I'm gonna go like $400, $500.
$1,300.
Holy shit!
Yeah, police grade.
Yeah, police taser.
You bought one off of Amazon. I bet it's not that much.
No, there was a Dylan I went to school with that brought his taser to school and we'd tase each other in shop class.
How much was his? You think?
He's like $30
Yeah.
from us like a circus tent type.
Sounds so
type of
fucking
vibe.
dangerous.
Yeah.
How much is a gallon of printer ink for the average consumer printer?
Gallon?
A gallon.
How many liters is a gallon? Just so for reference,
Let me look it up quick.
Yeah, liters. Then I will convert it back to gallons, and then count 2.
3.7.
That doesn't help me at all. A gallon of ink is a lot. Because a little cartridge, that's got to be what, 2 ounces?
I have no idea.
And those are typically around $30, $50.
Yeah, I mean, you're buying in bulk, but who's buying a gallon of ink?
Yeah, and if you bought a gallon, does it come in a gallon jug that you got to dump in a cartridge?
I just looked it up.
I mean, if you put it that, like, if you start thinking of it, it's kind of liquid gold, especially the yellow color.
Yeah,
it's a lot of money for ink.
Forget oil. I hope I strike ink.
Got ink on your property?
I'm gonna go $1,000.
Tyler?
Yeah, I would go like $400.
$1,500 around.
Fucking A, dude. That's crazy.
It's liquid gold.
How much is a basketball sticky mat?
The tear off ones?
Yeah.
I bet $120.
I was gonna say $150.
Around $50.
Huh.
Why the fuck don't we have one?
Right. Why don't all teams have them? Because I remember like some high school teams didn't have the sticky mat.
I would like to know how many sticks you get. Like how many times you can rip it off till you get a new one.
I bet it's like 100.
I bet even more than that, don't you think?
How many rips do you get to the center of a sticky mat?
I bet it's like 500.
I'm not sure.
Google it.
How much would 10,000 toothpicks cost?
$400.
I like $100.
Around $18
What?
for 10,000 toothpicks.
Okay, because I just
was basing it off of like how much a pack of toothpicks costs.
Yeah.
And I guess for at cost.
Yeah. Because what do you pay? Like $2 for 100?
Yeah, dude. Toothpick companies are killing it. The margin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's 100 in a pack. That's what you could sell 1,000 of them for $2 a pop. That's $2,000 for $18 of. I mean, you have packaging as well.
But it's not like it's going to cost you a lot to ship them.
What a margin.
Well, you got to start selling toothpicks.
Guys, if you want more You Betcha Radio, you got to check out our Patreon. You got to go to patreon.com/YouBetchaRadio or look us up on the app. And we have hundreds of hours of other episodes on there that you can't get unless you're signed up. So you got to check us out on Patreon. You Betcha Radio, baby.